Hello, Dragon Ball Super fans. Once again, this is Goku Baruto Saiyan at your service. Today we are going to talk about Gohan. Gohan. This is the guy who, when he used to turn Super Saiyan 2, would excite everybody with his pump music and everything. However, as everybody else has been stating, he has taken a stumble since his Mystic days, and you see all the different Dragon Ball GT and everything else that outside of Dragon Ball Z, Gohan has not really stepped up his game. So the questions for today is, worst case scenario, how strong will Gohan be if we see him in the future here? We know that, spoiler alert, but we know that recently he's been training with Piccolo. So how strong will Gohan become? That's a question. So I'm going to do 3 analysis today. We're going to do a worst case scenario of how strong he'll become, best case scenario of how strong he'll become, and pretty much what we'll get from the anime and, of course, the manga of Gohan himself. So as you guys can see, after they defeated Frieza, there couldn't have been too much time in between. So, as he's training with Piccolo, my worst case scenario prediction for Gohan is that, I think worst case scenario, it's safe to say that he'll become Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. And I think if he can get to Super Saiyan 2, he'll be somewhat formidable. Will he be close to Mystic? Probably not, no. But he'll still be strong enough to where he can hold his own. He'll be able to fight like he did in the Cell Saga. And I think that's the one thing that we'll see from him. If he does fight in this tournament, or if he fights against somebody else, I don't think we'll see a power increase as much, but I think we'll see more technique. As you guys can see, he's been talking about training with Piccolo. And so Piccolo's trained him from the basics all the way to where he is now. I mean, when you see him fighting Piccolo in, I believe, episode 30 or 29, you can tell he's a bit winded. He's out of breath. And so we don't know how far his power level's gone in that short amount of time. The only way I can see him getting a huge boost is if for some reason he went to the hyperbolic time chamber. But in this situation, I think he really has just been training with Piccolo. And if that's the case, I can see him upgrading his skills, his technique in fighting, and being more of a strategist versus, just powering up and going after people. Because I think, when we watch Gohan, even in the Buu Saga before he went Mystic Gohan, I mean, when he fought Deborah, it was obvious that, his fighting technique was off because he hasn't fought in a long time. Even when he fought Freezer and his army, he couldn't maintain his power. So I definitely do think we will see him go back up to Super Saiyan, possibly even a Super Saiyan 2 phase. And if that's the case, that should be more than enough power for him. I think he'll focus more on techniques, and that will be his worst case scenario. Oh man, sorry, I almost lost my mess there. Anyways, best case scenario, I think best case scenario for Gohan, I think he finds a way to unlock Mystic Gohan and connect Super Saiyan 2 with it as well. Remember when he was Mystic Gohan, he was not able to transform into a Super Saiyan. So I do think that best case scenario, I don't think he'll get to God, because I think if he goes to Super Saiyan level God, I think this takes away from Goku and Vegeta, and nobody would want that. So I think overall, I think if Gohan's able to combine a Super Saiyan 2 transformation on top of Mystic, I think he would be extraordinarily strong. I mean, Mystic Gohan was probably already close, if not a little beyond Super Saiyan 3, maybe a little under Super Saiyan 3. Now you add 2 levels of transformation onto it to where you're adding Super Saiyan 2. He's probably going to be pretty strong. He may not be at God level, but he's going to be pretty strong, and that would be fun to see. It would be fun to see him just kind of zoom around with his ultimate speed and using some fighting techniques and fighting, the Universe 6 fighters as well. So if we get a chance to see that, that'd be great. But if we don't, I'm sure we'll see it sometime in the future, which my ultimate prediction is something's going to happen to where either Beerus or Champa, after the fight's over, they're going to try to do something. They have all the fighters there. And so I think Gohan's opportunity will either be in the tournament, or if Champa is not happy with the results, he may force an attack on Earth, which the strongest fighter left would probably be Gohan. And so at that point, Gohan would need to unlock his Mystic and Super Saiyan 2 transformation so that he could defend the Earth. Now, if he did that, that would be pretty bad. That'd be pretty badass. I would like to see that. So I think best case scenario, that's the power-up that you see from Gohan. You get some technique, you get a little Super Saiyan 2 action in a Mystic form, and I think that will definitely be far more than enough power for Gohan. And I think if they get to that phase, they'll definitely improvise it to where it's similar to him in the Cell games again. So what I think we will get if we don't get either of those two is, I think with the limited amount of training, if we see Gohan again, chances are, like I said, I think you get him at a Super Saiyan level, but then he's able to fight with technique. He may even be able to go Mystic Gohan again without Super Saiyan. But I think, Kishi's going to give us, either great Super Saiyan 2 Gohan in Mystic form, or he's just going to be stuck somewhere in the middle to where he's going to come back, he's going to be able to transform into a Super Saiyan, or forget the Super Saiyan, maybe he just goes back to Mystic form, and he's able to fight with techniques again. So these are my predictions on Gohan. It's going to be interesting to see kind of what happens with Gohan. And honestly, he's one of the most intriguing characters. I'm so disappointed in him because he took a major drop-off after the Cell Saga. And so I want to see him reborn. Do I think he's going to jump right in and power up and, take over the world? Probably not, no. But I think slowly in fights, we should see him power up a little bit. And, I do want to see one significant fight within the series here to where it's Gohan, he's protecting the Earth, or he's fighting somebody. He may not have to defeat somebody like Beerus or Champa, but I do want to see a fight to where he owns it and he shows off his training. So that's my prediction on Gohan. I think he's going to have a major role after the tournament here, during the tournament, or, like I said, if there's a major threat on Earth and, they come and try to take out Earth, Gohan will be there to defend. And I think Gohan will do everything in his power to show off the skills that he's been training. So overall, those are my thoughts on Gohan. So thank you guys so much for listening. Feel free to comment in the box below. Once again, this is Goku Boruto Saiyan signing off.